Hey guys, Curtis here with you today. Today I'm going to go over a little recipe I have. The main ingredient is this organic beetroot powder. Here's what the front of the package looks like. Here's the back of it. It gives you some information, some education, good little stuff on there. So basically what I have here is I have a mixture of some tea that I steeped. What this is some green tea. I find that green tea kind of is a little bit lighter in flavor, maybe a little bit more grassy than black tea. So I like adding this in there to kind of lighten it up. Something else I have in there is the black tea. You can use any brand. I prefer Lipton black tea. Very common stuff. You can get it anywhere. Very good tasting. And that is what I have in this little, get this where you can see it here. That's what I have in here. I got 2 of them in there. I just steep these. I like to leave this in there until the liquid or water comes to room temperature tea. So that's been in there for a couple hours actually. So it's very room temperature. I got this plate out here just so you can kind of see what this powder looks like. Because beetroot powder, if you're not careful, it can definitely stain basically anything and everything around you. I use a white tablespoon just so you can kind of see what it looks like. But there's the inside so you kind of see. It's very, very fine powder. I like 1 tablespoon, which I believe is also a serving size. So yeah, serving size is a tablespoon. So that's how much I got here. I got a little bit more on there. And whenever I pour that in there, you can kind of see it. It lingers on the spoon itself. I've never had it stain this, but I always wipe it off with a dry paper towel afterwards. This powder, it does not mix up the greatest, so I use a milk frother to get in there. Put it up through the camera so you can kind of see it. Try to put it down in there low so it doesn't splash out everywhere. Give that a good little stir. And even after this does stir in there, usually by the time you get to the bottom of the glass, I generally almost always have a little bit more kind of grains and things. I just put an extra splash of water in there so I can get the rest of it out. But I'm not going to bore you forever with this. At this point, you notice I did keep the water level pretty low. I did that mainly so that when I mix it up, the water's not splashing out all over the counter and getting stuff stains. So to top this off, you can use any brand of water or just water right out of the tap if you want, but this is the one that I generally have sitting around. And I just top that off with it. Again, you can drink it without adding the extra water, but it's the beetroot powder is pretty potent, as well as having the teas and everything in there. And then I give it 1 more little stir. Again, just go slow, make sure that doesn't blow out on you, get all over the counter. And there's what that looks like. And I have a white plate over here, so you just kind of see how thick that beetroot powder tea there kind of comes out. So definitely be very careful not to be able to add on your counter. Again, just 1 more look at the star of the show before we go.